What's up guys, Chris here. In this video, we're gonna go over the crafting system and we're gonna do it super quick. A lot of you have been asking questions on our crafting guide that was made like last year, and thank Bahamut's holy butt cheeks, it is no longer like that. You guys have it good now here in year 2. In year 1, the crafting system was terrible, so we had to make like 2 20-minute videos to explain it. In this video, I'm gonna try and do it in 3 minutes or less. So we're gonna explain where you get materials, where you get recipes, the cutoffs for certain points if you don't get enough recipes or to make equipment usable. We'll talk about seals when you use them, awaken equipment, and in the end, we're gonna craft a +5 Buster Sword. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe, let's bust it up. All right, so here we go. Let's start the timer now. All right, let's go through far plane. This is where we're gonna get recipes and materials for all these new pieces of gear. Right now, it just happens to be the Buster Sword, but these are always going to appear in this high difficulty EX quest. You can see I'm using the Oran K account. Most new players, you won't be able to do the brutal difficulty. So one way you can actually get recipes and materials super quick is you can clear the high difficulty. And as long as you complete all of these quest missions, you'll be able to use skip tickets on it. So you see I have 350 skip tickets. I can come in here, I can skip, say 20 times, and you can gather a ton of recipes and materials in order to craft the piece of gear that you're looking for. The second easiest way to do this is to go over to Farplane and to farm multi-quests. You go into multis, the drop rates are even better. If you do host a multi-room, you actually get a bonus to your drops as well. So you can host a brutal difficulty even if you can't complete it yourself. You can probably find people to drop in here, complete it with you, do a super long run. Even in like 6 to 8 hours, you'll be able to get enough recipes in order to craft a +5. Let's head over to gear. Okay, here in the gear screen, the way you craft new gear, you go here to this crafting, and you're going to need 63 recipes for a piece of equipment in order to craft it to a +5. You can see I have 218, and the reason for that is because you need a lot more materials than you'll need recipes. Recipes very rarely are the problem, especially early in the game and early with newer accounts. So I've had to farm enough to get 218 recipes and to get enough materials to craft this Buster Sword. So the first thing you're going to do if you want a Buster Sword that's usable right away, you want to craft a +2. So you're going to craft a +2 of a Buster Sword, and the reason is because a +2 you can always dismantle, get all of your materials back, you'll have nothing lost. So if you need something to use right away, craft a +2, you awaken it to level 20, level it up there. You can also craft up to a +3, awaken to level 30, a +4, you can go to level 40 without losing any materials once you go to crafting that +5. So now we're going to craft a +5. You can see I have enough materials to do it. You can just do this right away. Now, if you've already crafted a +2 or a +3 or +4, just like we talked about, if you use crafted equipment as materials, you'll see it actually takes this recipe number down from 63 to 56 since I've already crafted a +2, which I have left at level 20. So that way you aren't wasting any materials by crafting those stopgaps. So we're gonna go ahead and craft +5 Buster Sword. If you guys have questions about what type you should do, so you see when I craft here, it's going to give me an option of Assault, Vital, and Aim. Go on to WotV-calc.com. They have all of the differences in here, or you can go onto Reddit. People will be able to give you advice on what type you should do for each piece of gear. Buster Sword, we're doing Assault because that has the most attack on it. Boom, +5. Let's go ahead and level up this +5. So we go back to our gear, go here to your +5 Buster Sword. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just awaken this to a +5. So you need a lot of books, you need some more wings, you need some more of these. What this does is increasing the level cap to level 50. So the last thing we're gonna do here is we're going to be talking about seals. So seals, you only use on your final piece of gear, only use it on +5s. The reason for this is if it's not a final piece of gear, those seals, they never come back. You don't get seals back if you like dismantle a lower level. So wait until you have a +5 and then you use seals. The way that I like to do this personally, because you won't always get maximum stats on these, is when I enhance, I actually like to go like to level 15 to start. I'm gonna enhance. I like to do attack and crit, and we'll just do accuracy. You see I have enough seals for all those. Try and get these stats maxed out. Attack you definitely want to use. So I like to use seals here and see where your stop gaps are. So you see I got to 70 attack by level 15. What that means is I can actually go up to level 30 now. And the only reason I do it this way is because you might be able to save yourself like 10 or 15 seals on the back end if you get super good rolls. So we'll do the same thing, crit, and we'll just go ahead and do HP. Why not? We're trying to max out this Buster Sword. So we see you only got 34 that time. We got like 70 the first time, we only got 34 this time. So now I'm going to go up to level 40. The reason I do this again is to see if we can save any seals or any hammers on the back end of this. So we'll go ahead and do crit and attack up to 132. So now you can only use 10 hammers on the back end of this. Attack, you can get up to 3 per, which means we need to get at least 140 in order to max this out. So we'll go up to level 50. We'll go ahead and just throw in crit, and we'll go and throw in attack as well. Level this up. Okay, so now you can see the final stats. What this means is we now need to use 5 critical hammers in order to max this out. So if I go back, I go to Smith here, and you're going to see you get these Dwarven hammers you can use to increase these stats. So I'm going to use 5 Dwarven hammers, and I'm going to use 2 attack hammers, and there we go. We have a maxed out piece of gear. Now, if you do roll on those stats and your stats don't go high enough to where 10 hammers, because the max amount of hammers you can use on a piece of gear is 10. If you do roll low enough where you don't have 10 hammers able to max out the piece of gear, you're going to have to dismantle that piece of gear and reassemble it. Or you can do this, enhancement reset. This is going to be a lot easier, but these are also limited. If you play the game long enough, you're going to have plenty of these resmithing hammers, which let you basically start over at level 1 and try again. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's just one of those things in War of the Visions. All right, anyway, guys, if you guys have questions about how to craft gear, any questions about when you should use seals, when you should use hammers, what types you should do on most of your pieces of gear, let me know in the comments section below. And thanks for watching.